What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1984 movie Friday the 13th, the final chapter, also known as Friday the 13th Part 4. Because obviously this wasn't really the final chapter. This movie picks up directly where the last one left off. Jason is hauled off to the morgue after the events of the third movie and somehow survived that axe going into his head, and he kills a couple of the people at the hospital before he heads back to Camp Crystal Lake. And the Jarvis family lives by the lake, and they get new neighbors, who are a bunch of teenagers and stuff, and Jason starts killing them off one by one, and then starts going after Tommy Jarvis and his sister, and they have to find a way to stop Jason for good, or at least for now. I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. It's one of the best movies in the franchise. Most people would say that. In fact, I know a lot of people who actually say it is their favorite in the franchise, and I can completely understand why. It's definitely one of the best for sure. I don't think I could say it's my most favorite of the franchise, but it is definitely in my top 2 or 3 for sure. The characters are likable. Most of them have at least some kind of good story or motives and stuff going into it, and everything. I love that about this movie. And like Trish and Tommy Jarvis are really great characters. Tommy becomes a really big character in this franchise because of being the one that kills Jason, and he's in the next 2 movies, so he's like one of the big main protagonists of the franchise. So this movie's important installment in the franchise just for having him in here too. And in this one he's played by Corey Feldman. I think he does a really great job in the role and everything. I loved him as Tommy Jarvis and everything. And this one also has some of the best kills and stuff. Tom Savini returned to do the makeup effects and stuff, and we got some really good kills in this movie. Some of them do cut away pretty quickly and stuff, but they're still really good. The kills at the nursing home, or I mean, not the nursing home, the morgue, are pretty good, and stuff. There's a really funny part where the nurse is, one of the nurses is about to have sex with the guy and everything, and she's laying on top of him, and Jason's hand falls on to her, and she screams, and he starts yelling out cuss words and stuff, and it's just really funny the way he's doing it. It's just really hilarious and everything. Like, he gets really scared and stuff because it scared her the most so bad. It's really funny. And then you get some really good characters in these teenagers and stuff. They're all pretty likable, and they all get pretty good deaths and stuff. First one we get is Sam. Couldn't remember her name for a minute, I'm sorry. She goes skinny dipping in the lake and everything because earlier in the movie the teenagers meet these twins that they end up inviting to come over and stuff after they had already gone skinny dipping earlier that day and everything. She sees one of the twins, Tina, flirting with her boyfriend Paul, so Sam goes out into the lake and Jason swims out and impels her with a spear from under the raft. It's a really good kill. And then when Paul goes out to find her and everything, he sees that she's been killed and is trying to swim back to shore real fast, and Jason gets him with a harpoon gun right between the legs. Every time I watch it, it makes me cringe. It's like, oh man, what? Jason, that's a low blow, man. And then Terry tries one of the twins. Terry is trying to leave the party, and Jason kills her. It's somewhat off screen. You kind of see the silhouette of him doing it, but then you also get to see the aftermath. So it's a pretty good kill. And then Miss Jarvis gets killed off screen, who's Tommy and Trish's mom. And then Jimmy, who's played by Crispin Glover, he's really funny in this movie. He's like really over the top. He does these really silly dance moves and stuff. He's somewhat annoying at times, but because he's kind of whiny and stuff, but he really thinks he's all cool and stuff because he has sex with the other twin, Tina, and stuff, and he goes downstairs to celebrate with his friend and everything. He's trying to find this corkscrew and everything to open this bottle of wine, and he keeps on looking for it and asking where it is, and Jason just shows up and puts the corkscrew in his hand. It's really, really brutal and everything, but it's also kind of hilarious because it's like, well, you were asking for it, Jason just handed it to you. And then he gets this meat cleaver to the face. It's really, really good kill. And Ted, who is Jimmy's friend, and the one that's always calling him a certain name that I'm not going to say on here because I'm trying to keep it clean enough. He's like stoned and he's watching these old porn videos on this film projector, and he gets killed and stuff too. Really, really good kill as well. And then Jason kills Doug in the shower. He like pushes his face into the wall, pushes him from his face into the wall, and you hear the bones cracking and see the blood and stuff from when he breaks his nose and stuff. It's really brutal and everything. It's another one of those kills that I love it, but it makes me cringe every time I watch it because it just makes my nose hurt for some reason. Then he gets Doug's girlfriend Sarah, who's like the virgin of the movie, and they have sex for the first time in the shower and stuff, and she gets axe to the chest. Really good kill too and everything. She could have escaped the house, I think, but she went out the wrong door and Jason was waiting for her. It was a really good kill too, though. But all of them get really good kills. And then there's this character Rob who is camping out on, nearby where the Jarvises live and stuff, because he's been hunting Jason down because his sister was one of the victims from part 2, which I thought was really cool for continuity reasons and stuff. That I thought that was awesome and stuff that they were able to do that. I think his sister was, I think it was Debbie, or no, it was Sandra. Sorry, I was looking it up. Yeah, but I think it's awesome that they do have some continuity in here too. And Rob goes with Trish to the house and stuff, and they see all the dead bodies, and they're going into the basement. Jason's down there, and he starts to kill Rob, and Rob starts yelling out that he's killing him and stuff. I always find that funny when he's like, he's killing me, run, and everything. It's somewhat heroic because he's like trying to get her to leave so that he can sacrifice himself, but at the same time it's also just really hilarious the way he's yelling, he's killing me and stuff. I don't know what it is about it. It just cracks me up every time I watch a movie and stuff. And then you get the big final showdown with Jason going after Trish and Tommy, and it's really good and everything. Trish makes a run for it to try to keep Jason away from Tommy and stuff. Goes back to the house where runs into all the dead bodies one last time and stuff. And it's really crazy. Like, the first time she escaped the house and stuff, she could have gotten back to Tommy and gotten away a lot faster. But she tried to go to the front door and saw one of the twins' dead body on the porch and refused to just step over the body and run. Instead, she goes to the back door and sees one of the bodies hanging from the back door with both of its hands nailed to the wall and stuff. And she jumps out of a window and runs over to Tommy and stuff. It's like, you could have saved a lot of time and probably gotten away a lot easier if you would have just freaking stepped over the body of whichever twin it was and just run. But it still worked out. I mean, I guess we wouldn't have had the finale we did if it would have gone that way. It was really fun, and there was a lot of really good moments in this movie and stuff. Like I said, all the kills are great in here, and Tom Savini's makeup effects are amazing. He does such a great job and everything. Although I will say, even though I like his makeup effects on Jason and everything, I like the way Jason looked in part 3 a lot better and everything. Like I said, there's just something about his look in that one that to me is iconic, and it's just perfect look of Jason in that one. But I think Ted White is a really good Jason. He's brutal and very intimidating and everything. I know he's really tall and stuff, so he really fit the role really well, and he's one of the best Jason actors too. Although he's not my most favorite, but I do know I like Ted White a lot. I think he's amazing as Jason and everything, and it's just a really fun movie, great entry in the franchise, and I can completely get why people say it is their favorite one in the franchise. It's just such a great movie and everything. So, but yeah, I'd say I'd give Friday the 13th, the final chapter, a 9 out of 10. It's a really, really great entry in the franchise. Most movie franchises are lucky to get a 4th movie, and when they do, you're lucky for them to be this good. So that's one thing I gotta say, that this is one of the best 4th installments in a franchise as well. And it's really entertaining. Every time I watch it, I just absolutely have a blast with it, and it's a really fun movie and everything. So yeah, so Friday the 13th, the final chapter, is really awesome, and I definitely would recommend it if you haven't seen it. If you're a fan of, and if you've only seen a few of the movies in the franchise and you want to see them all, this is definitely one that you need to see. It's a really great movie in the franchise. So but anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.